London, this bout will be contested for the FSC title and is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds in the amateur welterweight division. Your referee in charge, Mr. Harry Selby.
Sponsored by Berkeley Motors, the amateur welterweight title on the line between Conor Tymon in the blue corner and Jonas Grace in the red. Grace has a great pedigree in jiu-jitsu. He'll often cinch up darces and anacondas and guillotines from very precarious positions due to his long limbs.
Conor doing a good job of getting in on that double leg and finish it. Chris working to wall walk, able to get back to his feet.
Grace pummels in, looking for the turn potentially here. He's going to find it difficult though with just one underhook. He's going to start to palm on the face and create some space. He usually does well up against the cage here by threatening submissions. As of yet, just defending the takedown.
Conor in on a single, head's right up underneath the chin. Now he's moved it.
Here we see the guillotine potentially from Grace. Lets it go.
Now Conor's looking to lock it in. Double leg. Can't see his hands. Nope, switch back off to a single.
Oh, gets the takedown, nice trip. Top position here now for Conor Tymon. Tymon 5-2-0, Jonas
Gracie
6-1-0.
looking to lock up the neck.
This is what I was talking about. He's firing up the darts, it looks like, off the back. But he needs the arm in his chest to then flex into the neck.
Exactly, he's got to rotate. He's in a awkward position to be able to try to lock this up. There's plenty of space in there for Conor to continue to move around. And
Grace trying to maneuver though, trying to get it on the chest. Now he's got the arm in a better position for the squeeze.
Conor able to continue to circle, pop his head out. Now Grace looking to get back to guard. Conor doing a good job though of turning him away from the cage now and forcing Grace to good head position, nice hips to not get swept. He's got to be careful though of that arm that Grace is trying to control. Looked like he was trying to set up potential triangle.
Grace works up his back here with the butterfly hooks. Looking to mix in the sweeps with the triangle attempts. For the sweep again, doesn't manage to trap the arm. Perhaps the sweat being a factor here in finishing the sweep. Double overhook here.
Nice and square.
Second round for the amateur welterweight title here. Conor Tymon and Jonas Grace. Tymon looking to land the heavy leg kick, catches the kick, now turns into single, switches to the double. Jonas tries to sit off for the guillotine, doesn't get it. Jonas briefly tried to stand up there, but reverted for fear of giving up the back, but
yeah. Conor's fighting to try to get his body in between Grace's to take his back.
Jonas, sorry, Nick, he's going to think about shaking him off the back here, isn't he?
Yeah, because he is super high, and he's reaching down trying to grab that foot. Conor then reevaluates where he's at. This gives Grace the opportunity to get his back to the cage and start to look to post, stand back up. Now Grace is looking to go deep on that guillotine.
Trying to revert the space and use it for a sweep here. Conor changes it into a single leg.
Grace looking to create some space with that. Looking to hip out to get a mounted guillotine.
Oh, one arm mounted guillotine potential here. He's going to look to kick to free the legs. He might go to the side control position. Using those long limbs to shelf that leg to prevent the half guard from Tymon.
He was able to do that, though, because he was controlling the neck, so Conor kind of had to go with it. Now, if he can look to try to sweep over and mount here, he can actually lock those hands in.
Jonas maneuvers around to side control briefly, maybe looking for the DAS. Maybe looking to capture the wrist. Conor hip escapes, gets the elbows in.
He's going far side with that arm. Nope.
Oh,
there it is.
There's the DAS again, but again, he's got to clear the arm. He's got to have that arm pinned into the neck of Conor to create that mechanism of the choke.
He's trying to figure out if he can hip to the right way in order to get it locked in. And now he's looking to crank. There it is. Now he can get into the mounted position.
Ooh, he goes back to side control to put some pressure down. Belly down now, chasing the bottom side position is Grace. Gets to the top again. Difficult to see Conor's face and how tight this is.
I can't tell time. I couldn't see the other side, so I couldn't see exactly where that arm was. Was it on the chin? Was it on the side of the head? How much space was there? So here's the setup off of it. Used it for the sweep. Now he looked to kick that leg free, clear it. That's where he had the mount. And again, I don't think we can see in the camera angle because it looked like he was. It's tough to tell from that camera. Conor's big thing is, as he's in on the wrestling, he needs to make sure he protects his neck. This is now 2 rounds in, and both rounds, Grace has been able to grab a hold of that and attempt to play with it, so.
Tymon again and looking for the outside trip. Going to go across the body. But like you alluded to, Nick, he's got to be careful of that head pressure and where the head lands specifically when he finishes the takedown. If he allows Jonas to wrap the neck and wrap the arm, he's in danger.
See, he switched to 2 there because of what Grace did. As Grace moved his arms, he decided to go from single to double.
Grace with a really wide base, allowing him to stay in this soft position here. Looking potentially to secure the Kimura trap, maybe. He's fighting the wrist to prevent the clasp with the hands. Kind of leaves the neck out, though. This is where it gets dangerous.
Yeah. When he's going with that single leg on the head outside, that's where I start to worry about it, because that's where Grace could jump. Now, they are sweaty, and I can tell that Jonas is having some problems with this now, because as he starts to get something, he's slipping off.
Grace trying to maneuver the arm around the neck here. It's like he's just trying to turn him down to the canvas, maybe to chase the darts.
At this point, you'd almost want to try, especially where Conor's head's at, switch that to a bulldog choke. Because Conor's head's so straight down.
Jonas looking for the switch here, the back take. Might use it to sweep to the top position. Nice readjustment there from Tymon. Tymon now jumping on the guillotine. Jonas made the adjustment to control the body, to go around to the opposite side of the choking arm. Now finds himself in the top position.
Had his head popped out, now looking to possibly isolate one of the arms.
Nice body shots there from Jonas. I think that's what's missing from this recipe is the strikes. Oh, there we go. Cinching up the darts again.
Again, his head's on the wrong side, though.
And that arm, see the right arm in this case here of Tymon, he's firing out away from his neck.
Yep. And that's what's creating that ability to him to be able to breathe, so it's not causing anything to worry about the...
Jonas has got such long arms, he can set up the darts from this position and squeeze. It's kind of like a hybrid darts and a guillotine motion from the mount. We saw that in a previous round, the same position actually.
Yeah. I'd like to see him drop his head to the side as he's attempting to do that and maybe do a roll through first and then try and trap that leg. Get it a little bit tighter as he's rolling through. Again, Conor's got to be careful where he's putting his head. When I said a bulldog choke, as they were standing, all he would have had to do is change that position. And because Conor's head was, the back of his head was basically in Jonas's stomach, he could have just locked in on it. And because he's so tall, he'd be able to lift Conor up off the ground, and that's it. I mean, it's over. But again, I don't know how slick everything is or how much he's slipping around. But he keeps going for that arm in, and there's so many opportunities that I'm seeing that, man, just go straight guillotine with no arm.
At what point as well do you start to, oh, heavy shots here as Tymon looks to take the back. At what point do you see the arms start to burn out of Grace? You know, he's used them to squeeze them multiple times and not been able to finish.
Well, the good thing behind it is Conor's continuing to come in with punches. The arm burning out, it's going to be a constant force for Conor to have to try and defend himself in that position.
Conor more insistent here now with his advances, more aggression. He's kind of trying to pull the trigger before Grace can even take aim. Looking for the back here, mixing in the strikes is good. He's going to drag Grace away from that cage. And like you said as well, keep the head in the center. The second he gives Jonas an angle, he's able to secure. And that's the bulldog choke position you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Just before he popped his head out to expose the back.
And that's just it. He's had that opportunity to grab a hold of it a couple times because of where Conor's head is when he's attempting to take the back. And here it is trying to get butterflies. Again, Conor's head's in that position where with those long arms, start to go high elbow, using it for the sweep like he did there.
Jonas looking for the darts again here. He's got it locked up. And again, the pressure on the arm is the key. The left arm in this case here of Tymon needs to be pressured into his own neck. This is where it is, where you can put he lost the position, but when you take it down to the ground, you can use your chest to pressure the arm into your opponent's neck.
Now here he's got, is it, yeah, no, he doesn't. I was gonna say he has a Kimura, but he doesn't have it.
Looks like he's got a modified grip there for the Kimura.
I can't see. He's laying on top of it.
It's kind of like a reverse Kimura. I've seen Dean Lister teach this position. It's kind of like you pull the opposite arm through. It's still a shoulder lock, but you can see the configurations, not the traditional figure four.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's not holding the wrist.
Yeah, if he can adjust and hold the wrist, he's going to have lots of time. And traditionally, we see this sometimes with this position here is better for the Kimura.
There we go. Now see, he's starting to hold the wrist, and there it goes. This is why I'm like, he doesn't have the wrist. I don't understand.
Well, Jonas Grace submits his way to an amateur welterweight title here in London with a very impressive display of jiu-jitsu. He stayed calm, he stayed collected, and eventually finished with a Kimura from the top position. Take a look at the replay here. Stayed in this top position, he was configuring the arm. There was the tap towards the end.
And it was all about just popping that wrist. As soon as he slipped from here to that wrist, that's when it went. And it could have been he was just maneuvering his body into that right position to where he could pop that wrist. Send it up to our MC Lee Thompson to make it official.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this contest was brought to a close. 2 minutes and 31 seconds into round number 4. Let's hear it for your winner by Kimura submission and new FSC welterweight champion in the red corner, Jonas Grace.
Working on the weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Niggas sweating past us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got the paddock on my wrist going nuts. Niggas caught me slipping, was okay, so what? Someone hit your block up, I tell you it was us. Man, a house in Rosewood, this shit too plush. Say my daily number, but I keep waking up. Oh, you see my text, baby, please.